Hey everybody, this is Boise Mike with Two Rocks and a Donkey. I am going to practice on hybrid poker. I'm going to practice the Lowjack Open. I have most of this memorized pretty well, so I should score pretty high. Pre-flop opens are something that set a very good foundation for your poker and overall profitability. So it's highly important to first study pre-flop opens. Note that we open with a raise. Hybrid poker recommends the standard raise size of 2.1 big blinds. Note that this is typical for online. However, live poker, you're going to raise larger than that, really fill out the table. Depends on stack depth. Note that this is practice for 100 big blinds. A lot of tables that you're going to be at will be deeper than 100 big blinds for cash games. Hybrid poker is mostly for cash games because there's no practice at small stack sizes, whereas tournaments you're going to play a lot in the 10 big blind to 50 big blind range. So you have to learn how to play at various stack sizes. Of course, at the beginning of the tournament, a lot of times you'll have 100 big blinds or even more, in which case this practice is pretty applicable. But let's go ahead and go through this. Lowjack, I'm just going to fly through this very quickly. A couple of things that help remind me what to open are in Lowjack, we have 5 more people to act. For pairs, we're going to start with a pair of 5s and higher as 100% frequency. We're also going to open with 2s, 3s, and 4s occasionally, but not at 100% frequency. So that type of thinking for pocket pairs is pretty standard for each position. So if we were to open from the hijack, then you're looking at more of pocket 4s as 100% open on up, and cut off pocket 3s as 100% open on up. And then as far as offsuits, in Lowjack, typically you're looking at a queen as the low card for an open. However, sometimes you're going to open a jack as the low card, and sometimes you're going to open a 10 as the low card. I'll show you those situations. Typically it's when your kicker is higher, so an ace or a king. Suited cards, you're going to almost always open a 9 or higher for suited. So if your low card is a 9 or higher, then you're going to open it from Lowjack. There's some exceptions that are lower, like suited connectors, for example. Say a 1-gapper like 10-8 suited, you're going to open fairly frequently, and then say suited kings, you're going to have a lower card. Sometimes you're going to open, say, like a king 6 suited on up, and then suited aces, you're going to open all of them, with the exception of maybe ace deuce suited from Lowjack. Might not be 100%, but we'll check the charts here in a second. So ace queen offsuit, obviously an open 100% of the time. As I mentioned, offsuit cards, queen should be your lowest card typically. Let's check the charts. Okay, ace deuce suited, in fact, is not 100% open, but it's very close. Notice that you open king 5 suited, king 6 suited at a low frequency, king 7 suited at a fairly high frequency, and then note that king 8 suited is 100%. Like I said, the low card, if your low card is a 9 and you have suited cards, then you're definitely going to open 100% of the time. If your low card is a queen for offsuit, you're definitely going to open 100%. And like I said, there's some exceptions. It depends on your high card. So we can see some of the weaker opens, queen 10 offsuit and jack 10 offsuit open at a very small frequency. So a lot of the Broadway cards are going to open at some frequency. And then suited connectors, like I said, they're going to open at some frequency as well. Okay, and then 10-8 suited is a fairly high frequency open. We can even see queen 8 suited has a tiny bit of an open frequency here. Okay, so let's go ahead and fly through these. Oh, we're facing a 3-bet. Look at that. Okay, we're going to call this sometimes, I bet. Well, let's do that. Okay, facing a 3-bet. Checking the chart. Interesting. We actually call with ace-king fairly frequently instead of 4-betting. Okay, this is not 100% open. I would say it's probably about a 45%. Pretty close. That's 100%. Facing a 3-bet from small blind, we're going to fold that. Let's check the charts. There you go. Pretty much the only offsuit hand that you're going to call or 4-bet with is ace-king offsuit. Notice we also 4-bet with ace-queen offsuit at a tiny, tiny frequency. We prefer the suited cards. Okay, that's not 100%, but it's fairly high. There you go. It's going to be a fold to a 3-bet. This is a low frequency open. Let's see. 8 is the low card. That's a fold. That is not an open. I'm going to play until this turns 100. Okay, 5-4 suited is a bit higher frequency. I bet it's about 55%. No. 40. That's going to bump us down to 94. Dang. We face a 3-bet and then a 4-bet. That's a fold. Fold all day long. 9-10 suited. Oh, that's 100%. Of course, that's 100%. Queens. Okay. We're going to call this at some frequency. We're going to 4-bet this at some frequency. I'm about 50-50 on that. Ooh, look at that. It's only a call. And yet you're 4-betting jacks, 10s, 9s, 8s at some frequency. Interesting. Well, that's going to bump us down. Bummer. That's a fold. Not 100%. Facing 3-bet, out of position. We're going to 4-bet this sometimes, and we are going fold the rest of the time. No, that's 100% fold. That's 100% fold. Easy pocket aces, of course. Easy, easy. Ace 9, of course, is raised. There we go. We're at 100%. Now, we got to make the right decision here. We got 3-bet, 4-bet. Comes back to us. Easy fold. That was at the bottom of our range, so we're gone. Okay. So I'm done with that practice session. Thanks for tuning in. This is Boise Mike signing out for Two Rocks and a Donkey. Please like and subscribe.